This presentation contains the classifications of drugs used to treat peptic ulcer, GERD, and H. pylori infections. I also discuss the mechanism of action, side effects, and contraindications. Based on mechanism of action, drugs can be categorized into these categories: acid neutralizing agent, anti-secretory agents, mucosal protective agents, and anti-helicobacter antibiotics. Here you can take a screenshot of the drugs for the treatment of peptic ulcer. First, let's see how acid neutralizing agents work. As the name suggests, they neutralize acid present in the stomach. Based on absorption, acid neutralizing agents are further divided into two categories: systemic antacids and non-systemic antacids. Systemic antacids are absorbed into the bloodstream, they reaches circulatory system, whereas non-systemic antacids are poorly absorbed into the bloodstream. Systemic antacids are water-soluble, whereas non-systemic antacids insoluble in water. Examples of systemic antacids are sodium bicarbonate and sodium citrate. Mechanism of action of sodium bicarbonate. Having said that, sodium bicarbonate is a type of systemic antacid. When you take sodium bicarbonate orally, it reacts with the HCl present in the stomach, produce NaCl, CO2 and H2O. This way, sodium bicarbonate neutralizes excess HCl present in the stomach. Since sodium bicarbonate is a systemic type of antacid, it absorbed into the bloodstream and increases the plasma level of bicarbonate. Bicarbonate buffers to the hydrogen ion. It buffers excess hydrogen ion and thereby it raises pH. Sodium bicarbonate should be avoided in all types of ulcer disease because it produces CO2, which can perforate ulcers and intensify bleeding. Excess use of sodium bicarbonate can cause alkalosis. The other group of acid neutralizing agents is non-systemic antacids. And examples of non-systemic antacids are magnesium trisilicate, magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide, megaldrate, and calcium carbonate. Mechanism of action of magnesium trisilicate. In this equation, you can see magnesium trisilicate bind with HCl present in stomach and produce salt and water. This way they reduce acids of stomach. Other important non-systemic antacid is megaldrate. It reacts with HCl and converted into magnesium hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide. Antacids are also available in combination. The most common side effects of antacids are listed on the screen. I have listed here interactions of antacids. This is the most important group of drugs used to treat peptic ulcer disease and known as anti-secretory agents. They are further classified into four categories. First one is a H2 receptor blocker, second one is PPI, third one is anticholinergic drugs, fourth one is a prostaglandin analog. As the name suggests, they all reduce the secretion of gastric juice. The examples of H2 receptors blockers are ranitidine, famotidine, cimetidine, and roxetidine. Mechanism of action of ranitidine. As we know that ranitidine is a competitive inhibitor of H2 receptors. It binds with the H2 receptors present on the membrane of the chief cell as well as parietal cells. This way ranitidine blocks histamine to enter to the acid secreting cells. In resulting, gastric juice formation is reduced. Mechanism of action of famotidine is similar to the ranitidine. Side effects of H2 blockers are listed on the screen. One of the very important point you should note down that the prolonged use of ranitidine may be carcinogenic. That's why it is banned in America and in most of the European countries. The other very important anti-secretory agents are proton pump inhibitors. And examples of PPIs are pantoprazole, omeprazole, lansoprazole, and rabeprazole, etc. Proton pumps are also known as hydrogen potassium ATPase. We can say proton pumps are nothing but a special type of protein structures present on the membrane of parietal cells which facilitate transportation of protons. Means it pumps out protons from the parietal cells into the lumen of stomach. Mechanism of action of the PPI or omeprazole. On the administration of omeprazole, it absorbed into the bloodstream. By diffusion, omeprazole enters to the parietal cells where it binds with cysteine residues. Cysteine residues are the part of hydrogen potassium ATPase. Simply we can say PPI turn off proton pumps or hydrogen potassium ATPase. Side effects of PPIs are listed on the screen. Please note that the long-term use of PPI leads to decrease of intestinal absorption of calcium. In resulting, it decreases the calcium level and causes the osteoporosis. Next category of drugs used to treat peptic ulcer disease is anticholinergic drug. The commonly used anticholinergic drug is pirenzepine. It is selective antagonist of M1 receptors and it blocks acetylcholine to enter the secretory cells. This way pirenzepine reduces the acid secretion. Please note that the prostaglandins are also synthesized in gastric region and intestinal mucosa and they reduce the secretion of gastric acid. And prostaglandin analog like misoprostol used to treat peptic ulcer. The next category of drugs used to treat peptic ulcer is mucosal protective agents. And examples of mucosal protective agents are sucralfate and colloidal bismuth substrate. Sucralfate is a complex of sulfated sucrose and aluminum hydroxide in the acid environment of the stomach. It forms gel and sticks to the ulcer base. The sticky layer of sucralfate acts as physical barrier which prevents acid, pepsin, bile and spicy food coming in contact with ulcer base. The exact mechanism of action of colloidal bismuth substrate is not clear, but it precipitates in highly acidic region and form a coat to the ulcer base. CBS also enhance the production of prostaglandin, mucus and bicarbonate ions. The other important role of CBS is that it is toxic to the H. pylori bacteria. Thereby, it helps to kill the H. pylori bacteria. About 90% cases of ulcers are related to the H. pylori bacteria. These bacteria can enter to your body and live in your GIT. Years later, they can cause ulcer in the lining of your stomach. The common drugs used to treat H. pylori infections are amoxicillin, clarithromycin, metronidazole, tinidazole, orinidazole, tetracycline, and CBS. The preferred groups of antibiotics and antacids used to treat H. pylori infections are listed on the screen. I have listed here some of the medicines that should be avoided in the peptic ulcer disease. Thank you so much.